Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. This is a general or collective reading, so just be aware parts of it may or may not resonate. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. This is timely, so if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, I did a short meditation, and I have the two cards from the bottom of the deck. This one is from the tarot. And so the tarot, it's Ace of Cups. So it looks like there could be some divine love coming in. This is, the aces always represent brand new energy moving forward. And there is a dove here representing peaceful love. And it's an overflowing cup. It's saying you're in the flow. This could be, most likely this is, romantic love when this card comes out. But it also could be love for anyone or anything. And it also could represent something you love to do or something you love to be. So you might be in the flow of that as well. We do have, in the water here, we have water lilies growing. And water lilies grow from the mud. They're rooted in the mud and they come up to the surface. So this is talking about having some new love coming in one way or another. It's a gift from the divine and the universe collaborating because you have been on your destined path and it's a reward. This is talking about the guiding star. So the guiding star represents the North Star energy. The North Star energy is your divine path. So these two came out together. This is from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. This this is a painting. It's actually a 3 foot by 4 foot painting. And I've had them taken down. This is actually a reproduction and on canvas. And this painting, though, this was one of the last ones that I completed in 2020. And I was wondering when I was doing this painting, this is, it was my grandma Anna, who was Ukrainian, came through. And I was wondering what was with all she kept showing me all of these, poppies. And I was like, what's that about? But I put them in there because it was really clear she wanted them in there. And then I've looked into it since then. And the Ukrainian war went full swing in around 2022. And I feel like, so many people have passed since that started. So I feel that, she foresaw this, or it was a warning that this is coming. So your guiding star is your crown chakra. And it's the energy coming in, getting messages from the divine, using your intuition. It's talking also about... with these cards, this is a series of 7 of the paintings that are in the oracle. There's 64 in total. And this one is a series of 7 sisters from the Pleiades. And they are, there's a legend that they were dancing like when they were on Earth. After they died, they all went up to heaven and they were made as stars in the sky, and that's the Pleiades. And so their job is to dance, to keep the rhythm of the earth, of the heartbeat of the earth moving. So I feel this is about our ancestors coming through. Our ancestors, my grandma Anna was Ukrainian, and she was very worried about what was going to happen in the Ukraine. So it kind of makes me sad when I think about it. But that's the history kind of that energy. So it's talking about definitely your intuition, your dreams might be telling you something, or if you do a lot of meditation and prayer, there could be some sort of energy like that coming in really strong for you. If it is coming in strong, it might not happen for, like this was 2 years, but it really went into full swing. So I feel that, it's past, present, future. In tarot, we don't know for sure. This is the first card out is the Wounded Warrior, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And so this is talking about when you're on your destined path and beyond, shift happening beyond your control makes life really hard. And so this is talking about still being able to stand, and get back up after hardship. There's 10 wands in the tarot. The wands represent the element of fire. The fire, this is talking about, the wands are made of wood. This is passionate action. And this is saying like, you plant seeds, and then you take action. And when you do, this is representing the harvest that grows from your actions and also from the actions of, other people around you that affect your life. And this person is, they're doing their best to stay on their destined path. They're doing their best to keep moving forward and keep their heart open, keep having hope. And but leaning heavy on the 9th wand here. So this is considered the Wounded Warrior. His head is bandaged. It's saying that he's had to get up a few times here. Well, 8 times in total, and now he's on the 9th. But it's saying that it's coming to whatever hardship you're going through. The cycle is shifting and it's changing because of this new energy coming in. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is talking about, the love of money. That's exactly how it's being worded. This is talking about people who are very gifted at finances, etc., that do well in business. So the King of Pentacles, the Pentacles represent your health, wealth, and happiness in the 3rd dimensional world. But a coin, of course, money is a very big part of that. But this isn't just talking about money. This is talking about lifestyle. If you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. Like if you live in a country like in the Ukraine where it's war-torn, you're not going to be living your best lifestyle. It sure as hell is going to help if you have money. There's no doubt about that. But it's not, it's not going to make up for losing loved ones and all of the painful energy that goes along with this. So this is showing definitely lifestyle. Some people make money off this, and most people don't. Most people end up wounded warriors, just going through their day, doing their best to stay on their destined path. Doing your best to look after your family the best you can, being the best version of you that you can, keeping your heart open, not getting hardened, all of that energy. And so this is talking about, people that are generally, they're considered to be very good at finances and they're successful in their lifestyle. So we have, quite often this can represent bankers. It can represent, if it's a banker, it would be someone high up. This could be an entrepreneur who's very successful. We could be talking about the head financial advisor of a company, and also we could talk about the people in charge of the economies of the world, like the ministers or the government officials that are in charge of different of that financial end in the governments. And this is talking about people who are higher up. This can represent the energy of wealth management, retirement planning, financial advisors, that sort of energy. It would be someone that would be high up in an established firm that is probably a partner. This can also represent land. And yes, what are people fighting over land? There's only so much land in the world, and there's only so much, shoreline. And so this is talking about the land and the element of the earth. That's what the pentacles represent. So this could definitely represent real estate. It could, so it could be, if it's talking about someone that's in real estate, it would be a well-established agent that is probably dealing with commercial and or residential properties that are higher end. This could be representing also people who are mortgage brokers, that type of thing, stockbrokers that are dealing in the sale of gold, silver, oil, minerals, all of that in the earth. And this could also be representing, that entrepreneur energy. The King of Pentacles has grapes all over his robe, and this is talking because grapes in tarot represent something that is a luxury item that is hard to grow. And so he's very much respected, especially if he can grow grapes and make money from it. That's like, woohoo. That's someone you consider, hey, they're good at business. You could go to them and you could get some good advice. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is kind of energy. I feel this is almost talking about, it's hard to say as of yet. Because the Nine of Pentacles is talking about someone who's at pre-Empress energy. And so this is talking about, she has her hand on 6 pentacles, and then she's got 3 behind her. And this is talking about learning the energy of give and take, and especially when it comes to, how much energy. So this is saying how much time, money, energy are you going to invest in any project, in any situation, and how much are you going to give of yourself to that. And the energy is also talking about your ability. What is it a fair exchange of energy? Is it what do you anticipate the result being? And being able to keep on track and know when to get out of something and when to move into something. Basically, that sort of energy. This always reminds me of Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor, because he would talk about if you knew the power of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And we have the Falcon here. When you start understanding, how much, to put limits on how much time, money, and energy you're willing to invest in anything or anyone, unless the exchange is even and you're getting, you're reaching your anticipated goal. It's knowing when to give and when to take, when to leave, and when to, stay. And so this really is talking, I feel, about all the lifestyles that, in the Ukraine right now, the lifestyle has definitely degraded from this war. And so I feel that it's talking a lot about that energy, just waiting for things to improve. How can you judge where you're at when the times are so different from the normal, right? And then we have the devil energy coming in. So this is talking about temptation. When the devil energy comes in, it's very manipulative. You're not going to get the truth from it. So I always cover it with the next card up, because I want to know, the devil never does his own dirty work. He gets gets minions to do it for him. So I like to know who does he send in, what is it about, and does God cover it? And we do have lovers here, and you can see that they are yoked to each other, and then they're chained to Saturn's box. And this energy, he is crouched above it, and this energy is talking about animal instinct, like basic animal instinct, which definitely kicks in when you're a soldier in battle. And so this is talking about that energy of lust that can happen between 2 people. But this can also be lust of money, I feel, causing people to want to or to go to war. Not the people that are in it, but the governments of the world. What is the driving force behind this? And so we have, look at that, disappointment in love. Isn't that interesting that would come up? Yeah, that would be like in a relationship. It would be very like on a global scale. It would be someone that's turned away from love. That's someone that's disappointed in love. And that could be love of a partner, or, the belief, I feel, in having a happy marriage, having, a relationship that's successful, having a happy family life, you know, like, or it could be some romantic situation that causes someone to be disappointed. So that's the energy that we're dealing with, disappointment in love. This person is sitting under the tree. They're very disappointed. You can see this. These 3 cups could represent a third-party energy. We have 2 cups, and then we have this one. Sometimes this can represent a baby being born out of the third-party energy. This sometimes can represent someone that you've given 3 chances to. And they're coming back and they're asking, you know, I want another chance. And you're like, no way, 3 strikes, you're out, I'm done. And it's that sort of energy. And then we can also have where you've attempted to end something or start something, you know, 3 times, and it's not been successful. You've tried to launch something or make, you know, and I feel this could be about launching peace, actually. And God is saying, you know, and the universe is saying, here's another cup. Give it another try. Love is the answer. That's the energy coming through. So really, really powerful. And then this is talking about this happening. It's coming. It's saying that this cycle is coming to an end. You've stayed on, like, this energy here is talking about eventually the love is going to win. Yay. And so this is talking about the Chariot, and this is coming on the spiritual realm. It's moving forward. So this is talking about stay on your destined path. When you're on the Chariot, it's like a tank. Doom, 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 doom. It's just running over obstacles. And so this energy is talking about being on your destined path. And the obstacles that you're facing you're just going to run right over them if you have to, but you're going to get through. And then this is talking about a cup of love. So this is talking about, you know, the page is information coming in. And the page is, and I feel this is significant, the page is talking about, like, the age of around 7 to 14, they start working for the king and the queen. And their main occupation working for the king and queen is just running communication back and forth. In the old days, it would be common for people to be working, you know, when they were, as soon as they were mature enough to be able to, because in those days, the life expectancy was half. It's like my voice is leaving me all of a sudden. I don't know where this is coming from. My voice just, I'm having trouble getting this out. So I don't have a sore throat or anything. It'll clear. It's just, it's an energy of something not wanting to be said. But this is talking about, the information being delivered by the page. And when they got older, they could be considered for knighthood if they were still, still working for the king and queen. This would be a real coup to be in this position where you were running information back and forth. And then when you become a knight, you know, you would be doing it and protecting your country. You'd be protecting your kingdom, delivering messages far and wide. So, you know, that type of energy. This could represent a diplomat, actually. Once, like a knight could be a diplomat in this kind of energy. But this is talking someone under the age of 21. So someone from elementary school, high school, just starting out in college, university, or the workforce. And so this energy could be talking about whatever information is coming in could be from that time frame in your life when you were going to, you know, you were under the age of 21. Whatever happened then, that's what this message is about. There could also be an energy of, it could be someone that you knew from that period getting back in contact with you. Or they could be, you know, in that age group. This can also just talk about someone feeling young again. Maybe, you know, like moving forward and feeling like optimistic again. And so this is the information coming in the old days would always have been in person, and it would have been delivered, you know, with a note or verbally. And so this is, these days we have information coming in so many ways. We have the internet. So we have, this could be a phone call. This could be a text message. This could be a social media post. Someone messages you. There could be an energy of an email, or possibly you actually get something delivered in the mail. And because this is the Page of Cups, and it's about love. If this is a romantic relationship, someone has their eye on you. The page knows that there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he has his eye on this particular fish. He's focused on this. Now, this could represent, in this situation, this could represent spy energy, as well. Someone who has their eye on you, they're watching you. In times of war, quite often there's a lot of that type of energy. And so the government could be watching you. You could, there's spies watching each other, that type of energy, some sort of information coming in. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Someone noticing that you're in an elevated position, that you're very good at what you do. They're wanting to collaborate with you. Be very careful in this energy here, that the people that you're collaborating with are in alignment with your lifestyle, because otherwise you could really end up getting in a pickle is the way it's coming up. I don't know why. That must be my grandma. They were always canning. My grandmother, when they moved from Europe to Canada, they were out in the prairies, out in the middle of nowhere. And you can't even imagine, no electricity, no running water, out in the middle of nowhere in like the prairies of Canada after coming from Europe. And that energy, like they did a lot of canning and pickling so that they would, and grew huge gardens. That woman, she worked hard. And so I feel like that's the energy it's talking about, a lot of people from that generation. And the people that were raised during war times can become very much concerned with, having stock, having food preserved in case of emergency, and there's no food, coming through. Because of the war, a lot of times there's no communication coming through, or there's no shipping or any of that energy. So I feel it's talking about that type of energy, just being careful who you collaborate with. If you are signing a contract and if you're really good at what you do, quite often this represents the entertainment industry, and it can represent, like actors, actresses, musicians. This can represent people that are very talented, like very intelligent, that, this could represent intelligence actually in this particular reading. I feel like this is talking about intelligence and people spying on each other and collaboration with other forces, that type of energy. And, of course, that happened in times of war for sure. So this is a little bit different meaning on this. There could be secret societies, all sorts of energies wrapped up in this. So it's saying be very careful who you collaborate with. And then we have the sun coming out. Yes, it's talking about eventually this too will pass. This is talking about happiness coming back again. This is God saying this energy is shifting. There will be, we're on the day of the solstice as I'm doing this right now. And the solstice is when there's more light than any other day in the year. It's the longest day of the year and the shortest night. So I feel that this is saying that this situation is shifting into light. God is doing, this is the happiest card in the deck. This is God's energy. This is saying you are a child of God and you were meant to be happy. And this is talking about being able to stay on your destiny with ease. This is definitely talking about happier times than in this type of energy. But that's what you were meant to be. And the sunflowers, they turn to the sun. So it's saying, pray and use your intuition for sure in situations like this to stay as safe as you can, and recognize there will be happy times again. This young child is carrying this heavy banner with ease, and there's no saddle, there's no reins. It's just, the joy of being free. And then we have Like, look at this. So this is talking walking away, or from something that someone or something that you love. Definitely in this situation, again, this could be talking about being forced to walk away from ones you love, losing someone you love. Definitely there has been way too much of that. And this is talking about between the 7th and the 8th year. We have 5 cups lined up, and then we all of a sudden have 2, and there's a gap here. Sometimes this can be talking about a third party energy in a relationship, in a couple, breaking it up, and you decide, I'm done, I'm walking away. And hopefully this is talking about all wars on the planet ending. That would be great. Let's not do it that way. That would be good. This is talking about the new moon and the full moon. So using your intuition again. If it's time to walk away, walk away. And it can be very challenging to walk away from someone or something you love, or a romantic love in particular, walking away from family, that sort of thing. Wow, this is a deep reading. But the Empress is at the top here. So the Empress energy is talking about someone that is has all the qualities of all 4 queens wrapped into one, and they're able to manifest at a very high level. So this is talking about this energy down here has become an Empress because of the hardship, having to, knowing that ratio of how much to keep and how much to let go of, what to invest in, what not to invest in. And she's able to grow a beautiful bumper crop here. And so this is talking about that energy of putting plans into place and then being able to make them happen. This is this is a difficult reading. This is very random, but hey, this is life on planet Earth for some people. We have the Wounded Warrior. This is talking about collaborations of governments, maybe of, different groups, secret societies, that type of energy. We have happiness coming back to people again. The Empress energy is representing being able, I feel, to manifest that peace and happiness, happier times again, bumper crops, and getting back to a natural existence, walking away from, I feel this is just talking about all the people that have left the planet. That's what all of these poppies are about. All the people that have been lost to war. And then this is talking about the chariots coming in. We have God here saying that this is being resolved on the spiritual realm. And this is the temptation of the devil here, the disappointment in love. So isn't that interesting how people who don't believe in love or don't feel it's as important as the love of money is what's coming up, cause this energy, this... something stinky out there, it's that type of energy. Someone who's saying love stinks, and God's saying, no, love is the answer. That's how this is going to end, with love. All right, I'm going to get this clarified. Kind of want to get out of this energy. It's it's just so sad. Like, it just feels so overwhelming with sadness. I can feel my grandmother, she passed, it's been quite a while now. That's my maternal grandmother. And she passed, it would have been in about 1992, I think, around that time. So it's been a while, and just watching what's happening to the country where she was born and just weeping. I can just feel it, the sadness of the ancestors, They went through so much already, and then for that to be happening would be really challenging. So the Hierophant, this is talking about bringing justice to earth, and also the energy of the Hierophant is he has his right hand in the form of a blessing, saying that there will be blessings coming. The Aries energy is talking about new energy coming in. That's the same as this Ace. There's new love coming in. There's going to be babies being born again. It's going to change again. This is about, we have a lot of planets moved into the sign of Aries, talking about new times coming. And I feel that's the energy. When I have horoscope signs come up in my readings like this, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the energy of the sign. And the baby, the infant, is, or Aries is the infant of the zodiac. It's the very first sign. I am rather than I do. I exist. So it's talking about that type of energy. Disruption. Yeah, what's fun for some is definitely not fun for everyone. That's absolutely for sure. And then we have degradation. So yeah, this is a degradation of love. It's a degradation of spiritual energy for sure. There's no way around that. And then we have, a lot of times this is about pride and all or nothing energy. Some, it's a common space. What do they say? Pride before the fall. That sort of energy. And anger, there's a lot of anger here for what's happened. Yes, and that's a karmic space that we can get into. And it's also, I feel, talking about, this is, it's sitting right on this energy with God. And they talk in the Bible, and temperance has been coming up in my readings a lot as I've been doing them lately. And anger is a karmic space we can fall into where, definitely there's got to be a lot of anger here for what's happened to people's loved ones. And if you're angry and then you have children and you raise them with anger, then you raise angry children. Angry people raise angry people. And then that gets passed down from generation to generation. This is an air trigger temper. So God is saying love is the answer, not war. Okay, and then we have perception. People thinking the grass is greener on the other side of the imaginary line drawn in the dirt, those borders, they're on maps, they're everywhere. But God is saying the earth belongs to Him, not to anyone but God, period. And these lines that are drawn that are countries are actually just a manifestation of humans, not of God, not of the spiritual realm. As far as God's concerned, every child on the earth is a child of God, every single one. And then we have this energy here, the magician, energetic upgrade. Things are going to get better. It's talking about an upgrade in the energy. I surely pray that that is true. And just, sending lots of love to all the people out there that have, that are going through this energy. It's very challenging. And this can be on a more global level, and it's also on a level of, in individual people's lives, feeling like in this same energy. This has been kind of a sad reading, but I guess it's wanting to come out. So with the random shift readings, I never know what's coming out. This is talking about that energy. Love is the answer. That's the energy. All right. Thank you for your time and energy. I hope that you have received some benefit from this. Let's say a prayer for everybody in these countries right now that are experiencing this. And give it a like and a comment and a subscribe if you resonate. I would be honored if you did so. Bye for now.